Welcome to Mercy's Designs. My name is Mercy and I sell Stampin' Up! Products. And if you noticed in the new annual catalog, we have this Heirloom frames and dies embossing folders. And I just had to try it and I was super excited. It's on page 197. But I had a few issues and I want to show you how to kind of fix that problem. So this part is very straightforward. You just cut it from cardstock, and that's what the first step. You want to do that, but then you have to emboss it. And this is where I had a little problem. Now, of course, this is the side where you have the front considered. So you line it, I thought, well, as usual, I'm just going to line it up here, and I am going to just try my best, close it up, and look, it's really off. And it's just almost impossible to really see. And so this was one of my results, and you can see it's overlapping too much here and here, but undercut here. So it really wasn't satisfactory to me. And the next step I did was I thought, okay, I'll just do it on this side. And I had slightly better results, but still nothing that was like really perfect and good. So I came up with another thought, and I wanted to share that with you. And that is, I used a Sharpie. So what I did is I used some temporary removable adhesive and put it back here and traced it. So I will quickly show you how I did that. Now, if you have lighter cardstock, the Sharpie will stain it, so you might want to cut out something from scrap. So what I'll quickly go ahead, add this adhesive, and you want to, again, this is temporary, so, don't worry too much. And what I did was I took it here and I kind of looked through it so that I really lined it up as best as I could. And it's actually pretty simple to do it that way. You get a good, and take your time with this part, because obviously you will want to be able to use this a lot. So now I have it lined up. And if you really do mess it up and you're not happy with your result, you can use some rubbing alcohol and like a paper towel and rub this all off. So you could do it a second time. I know it is permanent marker, but permanent Sharpie, whatever. So then I just remove it, and if you have any residue left, you can wipe it off and it's no problem. And now I have it marked. So now when I bring this in and put it down, now this is the smoother side. This is like, how one side is when it's cut. So what I want to do is have the smoother side there. So what I do is now just line it up, and let's see if I can do this without wiggling too much. I think I had too much coffee this morning. All right, so now it's like that. So I will bring in my big shot, and I did order the plates. They are selling them now, shim, I mean. So, but in the meantime, of course, I can't wait. So I have some cardstock, a couple stacks here that I am using to do this. So I'm going to run it through. And the oval one is slightly, uses more cardstock. I actually find the rectangle one a little bit easier to use. So here we go. Now it is much more centered. So you can see here how much better it is. Really much happier with that. I have the same thing here with this one, of course. And I could quickly run this one through and have a perfect result as well. So I won't do that right now. Instead, I'm going to show you the new embossing folder, High Seas 3D. And with this one, sorry about the reflection here, it's just really beautiful. You have different waves. This is like more waves down here. And the result is just spectacular. So here is my result. I'm not going to go ahead and die cut that. Emboss that just for the sake of time. But we will do a quick card because this is a tutorial. But I hope you will try that technique with just using your Sharpie and coloring on the back side. You won't have any problems with it bleeding onto the paper or any of the ink transferring because it is on the back side. All right, so here is going to be my relaxing guide, and this is using this stamp set, A Good Man. And I love this stamp set. It's perfect for Father's Day, masculine birthday cards, all that sort of thing. Thank you. It could be for anything. So this is the frame after I've embossed it. So we go from this to wow. And I've gone ahead and added dimensionals and this foam tape. So I'll quickly remove that and attach that and talk a little bit about the coloring. I did get a lot of the new blends, and of course I had to try them out. So you can see right here, they are really, really beautiful. I was especially excited by getting the Pretty Peacock because that is my favorite new in color. I think it's going to be super popular. I think that it's kind of like the blue shade of the retired one. What was that? My mind's drawing a blank. The green one last, High Tide, or no, Tide something. It'll come to me. Anyhow, it's really a gorgeous shade and I just love it. So they also came out with a Saffron blend, which is cool too, which I use for his shirt. So with this, I have this little piece of cardstock. I didn't measure it, but I will be posting some measurements on my description. So check that out, and I'll list products. So it doesn't have to be perfectly lined up, but you know, just since it's smaller. I didn't spend a lot of time coloring with the Balmy blue because you want a little bit of white to show through. It's just more of a natural look. So I will quickly adhere this, and as you can see for the oval, I use that cardstock because I don't like to waste, and it's just a matte, so I definitely use this in two ways. And it's just really pretty, and I have a very narrow border. Oh, wait, I think I have it the wrong way. Yeah, I want the waves, the smaller waves down below. Good thing I caught that. That's the nice thing about the liquid glue. If you catch it immediately, you can fix the problem. So here is our man relaxing, and hopefully he's enjoying himself, and it's probably his birthday, I'm thinking. So I just am centering this. Whoop. I just want to wiggle it in place a little. And then here I used some of the linen thread, and I put a strip of the tear and tape back here. And then I also die cut 2 extra rectangles, and I did want to show that. So these are the stitch nested rectangle dies, and I used the smallest of these narrow ones. So and the reason why I've added here is because I want to make up that for the thread so that's not lifted. I want it kind of even. Plus it kind of adds something. And this was a little too short. So that's one of the things I like to do. If my sentiment is a little too short to fit the die, I will just add an accent, which is definitely a nice thing. I would want to add some kind of accent anyway. So there we have the card. And then we'll quickly do the center. So inside, I mean, I have my Pretty Peacock here. If you don't have Pretty Peacock, it should definitely be the first on your list of the new in colors because it's gorgeous. It's your day. Just stamp that. And I like, this is from the new in colors pack here. And this is just 6x6. Very handy to have. And oh, I thought I had my lid off for a second. So I'm just going to, it has 2 sides, of course. They have also one that's a scripty look, which is really cool. But I'm just going to use this one. Go ahead, add that. Here we go. Just want to center that. Yeah, I didn't quite center, but it's good enough. All right. So I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial, and will consider using my little trick with the Heirloom frames and dies and embossing folders, because they are really beautiful and really add to a card. I'm really excited to have them, but again, it can be a little tricky to line up. So if you do the Sharpie trick, I think you will be much happier and use them far more. All right, so here is our card, and thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please email me at mewants3@gmail.com, and if you'd like to place an order, please use my hostess code here, and happy stamping.